Hi.
There we are.
Hey, here we are.
Sorry, I was in the wait. I was trying to join and it was giving me a bit of a hard time.
I think we all are. We don't do this all the time, but we're live.
Oh, awesome.
My
Welcome.
question, are you live in a field on Sunday listening to Noah Khan? Or are you live in a field on Thursday spinning wildly to Skrillex? Where are we?
I I would say I'm more excited for Noah Khan on Sunday.
All right, Brian, where are you? Where's your head at, man?
Oh my goodness. Hello everybody. How are you? Oh my God. What a day. I could have used this in January instead of now, but that's fine. It's here. Uh, and I know you guys have been busy talking to people of import of from the festival today that I've not been able to be included in because of day jobs and things like that. So I pardon me for not being more involved today, but I'm happy to be here now. But I've gone through the rough draft of how to open about today's lineup, and for years we've all mostly agreed with this. I've said it a lot that it doesn't matter who's on the Bonnaroo lineup for me. Now I'm from down the road and been going since the beginning, and if there's ever a time that you thought maybe, well, he's just talking. Brian's just talking. He just says stuff. He just says stuff all the time. I'm not really, he's just kind of out of his ass, that kind of thing. Well, the veracity of that will be challenged with this lineup this year because it does not jump off the page. It's something that screams to me or even whispers a whole lot yet.
It didn't scream Brian Stone to me today.
No, yeah, it didn't. So this will be the year that it's put to the test. Does it really matter who's at Bonnaroo? And so that's my opening statement, and we'll go from there. What about you guys? And Lena, thank you for joining us as well. But Barry, your thoughts initially?
Yeah, that was my thought. Let's go around the table. I think we've got a couple of guests maybe going to join us later, and obviously get people's thoughts in the chat room. But obviously, first thought. My first thought was same. I don't know. I don't recognize a lot of names, but then the deeper I looked, I like it. It doesn't have that all day feel like last year did. Last year for me, all 4 days had lanes that I could definitely navigate. This one's a little trickier, but there's certainly something for me. I'm excited about it. There's some people I want to see that I've never seen. Little John comes to mind. Glad to see Noah Khan again. I mean, we'll get into deeper dive, but initial reaction, good. But the main thing is, I'm just glad we're talking about it again.
I agree. And it was a couple hours after I saw Little, I was like, Little John?
Yeah.
Like that Little John?
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
And
oh
maybe
my
it's
God.
just because I stumbled across a YouTube thing with Chappelle, talking about
What?
that. That was like, what?
Okay.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
People of certain age will get that one. Lena, what about you?
When I first saw it, I was really excited, but it was mostly because of the undercard for me. I really like a lot of the smaller artists, like Wednesday comes to mind. Audrey Hobart, I'm a big fan of Wet Legs. So some of the smaller artists that aren't close to the top of the lineup, and then also Flip Turn, of course, is coming back, so that makes me very excited.
Yeah, I sure hope Flip Turn gets that what stage engagement again. I was really excited. Well, lots of people were about them being. What did I say? Which I meant what? Sorry. Yeah, Wet Leg, and I also just found out from first of all, happy birthday, Beth Thorpe.
Happy birthday,
Her
Beth.
birthday
happy
is
birthday, yeah.
today on lineup day, so that's a hell of a day to have a birthday, and she's been digging deep into it. She's on a ferry right now, headed to Seattle as we speak, to a Jeff Tweedy, Mavis Staples Christmas show tonight. I knew you'd like that, Barry.
Ooh,
jealous.
that's pretty strong.
But we talked just briefly before, as I rushed home from work to jump on here with you guys. I did not know, or if I did know, I forgot that MJ Lenderman is in the band Wednesday. Lena, tell me more about that band as opposed to his what I know MJ Lenderman as I got to know him so much this past year for the canceled show. The differences or the similarities between the band Wednesday and MJ Lenderman as a solo artist.
First
Yeah,
of all,
so I don't have all the facts.
I do
Oh,
want
sorry,
to say,
go ahead.
first of all, they took Wednesday away from us as far as Wednesday entry, but they gave us Wednesday the band.
Taco and his
That
puns.
might make it up.
Yeah, who was the
That
band
is
last
true.
year? Friday. It was going to play on Thursday.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
point.
I don't have all the facts on MJ Lenderman's connection to Wednesday. I have heard that he's not touring with them anymore. I don't know if that's the truth for sure, but
No.
I know because him and the lead singer Carly were a couple and they're not
Oh,
together
geez.
anymore. And I don't know if that's the reason why they're not touring together, but I know that
It works.
was a factor. My friend told me about MJ Lenderman and I got super into his music. And then I honestly even like Wednesday's music a little bit better. It's just more my personal style. And it's more of like an indie rock, traditional indie rock feel than MJ, which I feel like he has more of folky undertones. But I really like their new album, Bleeds. I think it's really good. So I'm excited to see them.
So it's
live.
guitar-driven indie rock.
Yeah, I would describe it as that.
So we started out in a hurry here. Lena, of course, was our winner last year, and I wanted to bring you on because obviously your trip last year was cut short. So we want to talk about what you're excited about this year and what might bring you back. I know you're trying to get back. Brian, you've had all day to think about it. We've had all day to think about it. We had Corey and Tuba Smith on today. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
Um,
that'll come out pretty soon, either tonight or tomorrow.
yeah, and I'd highly
Yeah.
recommend talking about that. We got into the details of changes and all that, but tonight we want to focus on the lineup as we do. It's so interesting to me that we spend all day thinking about this, and it goes like this. I like it. I
Hmm.
don't like it. I like it. I don't like it. What am I going to see? So, we just lost Russ. He just ran away. Does this lineup, Lena or Lana?
Yeah. Lena.
Lena. Thought so. Sorry. I want to make sure I get it
Nope.
right.
Yeah.
Where does this lineup? How does it swing for you? Does it swing you? Man, I got to get there, or I'm happy, or I was already going. What does it do?
I mean, I really like it, but as I like talked about a little bit last year, I'm coming up to graduation soon, and I'm pretty much gonna have to pick one festival to go to this year. I hope it's gonna be Bonnaroo, but the logistics are just a lot, the cost is a lot, all the details and travel are a lot. So I'm trying to figure out whether it's worth it for me. I know I will be back to Bonnaroo someday. I don't know for sure if it will be this year. I hope it will be, but trying to figure out how I can make it work this year.
How about the lineup announcing on December 2nd? Good,
That I
bad, to
mean,
help you?
I'm happy that it's earlier this year. I think it gives me more time to make that decision for sure. I really liked the lineup for Kilby Block Party in Utah. And so I was thinking about that one. I Bonnaroo always will have a special place in my heart. It's just a lot of time to take off work and all of that. So got to figure all of that stuff out.
Brian, thoughts on it dropping so early?
Well, I mean, I think it's a good idea for to get some ticket sales moving, and give them, meaning the patrons, the people who are going to attend the festival, a good idea of what they're purchasing, which they've done a lot of pre-sales in the past, and what I thought was brilliantly done in the past, and I think they could have done it again, but they're just it's almost like the cancellation brings its own version of like COVID era adjustments that, right or wrong, good or bad, that they can pivot and do things differently because, and that's sometimes a good reason, and sometimes it's not. I don't think you can go wrong with it early. Everybody else is going early. Coachella went early and sold out hard. So, meaning ticket sales. So we'll see how that goes. Every year I talk about this a lot too. We all do, and it seems to be kind of a Bonnaroo lore-ish thing. Is that we're really focusing on the undercard. Most people are, because it's
Yeah.
really good. It's always really good. But I hold Bonnaroo to a standard of the highest level of music festivals in the world. And so I think headliners matter. And when Post Malone is there, and I don't know if I don't really care about Post Malone, but boy, I got to see this spectacle. I'm sorry for nothing else popping in my head quickly, but like the year the Killers and Muse, they were headliners, and
Sure.
I thought, these bands don't do a ton for me, but I've never seen the Killers, and after that I walked away saying, huh, I get it. Right? Like, that was it. Maybe that lives here on this list. To me, it doesn't jump off. The Strokes 10 years ago, sure, maybe. Rufa du Sol, I mean, this is just out of my lane. So I'll just stay quiet on that one for now. And Noah Khan, and I know so many people are big fans. I was at his 2020, what is it, 2 or 3 show when you couldn't get within
Yeah.
150 yards
Yeah.
of that tent. It screams to me as not like that wowing headliner. So I'm a little disappointed by that. The undercard is pretty solid, it would appear, but I guess for me, I'm a little upset that the things I'm excited about, I wish I was like, those are not the things I want to be excited about. Like, the things I'm excited about I would like to be the things that are just, oh, and this, and oh, and this, oh, and Mount Joy, oh, and Passion Pit, oh, and Tedeschi Trucks. Instead, those are the ones I'm looking forward to, because those are the only ones I really know. And that's just a failure on my part, an ignorance of my knowledge of the bands that they're choosing from, and it's EDM heavy, and that's going to take some time. But I think discovery is going to be huge for me
Yeah,
this year,
yeah,
and
for
it
sure.
always is, and I love that part of it.
Yeah. So Lena, how old are you?
I'm 24, about to be 25.
Okay, so you're in that younger demographic. That's the reason I'm asking. Sorry.
Yeah. Mhm.
Are there? I mean, you obviously don't have those. You don't have the U2s, the Paul McCartneys, the you know,
U2 is a great example for me of one that I just was like didn't care about,
yeah.
but like wow,
What
okay.
Stevie Wonders, those acts that Brian, or I mean, they're younger. Russ and Brian are much younger than me. Those acts that I never
Much
got to
younger. Yeah,
see.
you're right. Much younger.
Much younger, your
Much
children.
younger. Yeah. Hmm.
Acts, but that I never got to see, but then I got to see at Bonnaroo.
Mhm.
I'm again sounds like the old man, but are there acts on this lineup for you that are like, oh my god, this is on my bucket list?
For me, the one that sticks out the most is The Strokes. I've wanted to see them for a while. I've heard mixed reviews about their live performances, but that's just a band that really was like one of my big intros into indie rock. So I'm excited to see them. I do agree with you all that it's really amazing when Bonnaroo has the legacy acts, even if I'm not super familiar with their music. I think that's what makes Bonnaroo special a lot of the times. Like my first year was when Stevie Nicks played, and that was pretty incredible and
That
definitely
was
my
great.
favorite headliner. So I can understand that sentiment for sure.
Yeah, I thought
I
that
like
was
this.
2022, I believe, and
Hmm.
I wasn't overly excited about Stevie Nicks either, but I thought it was an excellent way to end the weekend, and I think I mean Noah Khan's going to be fine too.
Hmm.
Okay.
Russ, you have something?
Yeah,
Sorry.
let's talk to chat for a minute. We got a lot of people in here that we probably recognize. I see Geraldine. I see Pondo.
Hey
I
Geraldine.
see
Hey
Evan.
Pondo.
Yeah, got a lot of comments. So just wanted to shout everyone out there. Yes, and I am wearing my PBR ugly sweater today, and drinking a PBR.
I'm
So
about to say someone was calling you out for
happy
not
lineup day.
drinking one, but it looks like you've rectified that.
I did
You forgot the earrings tonight. You left those out. All right.
earrings.
The PBR. All right. Do they read a comment? What were people saying? Are they agreeing with us?
Yeah, like I was saying, we got Pondo in here. We got Evan. I see Geraldine, who we've had on before. So
Yeah,
Nice.
one of the questions from
yeah,
Geraldine was, will MJ Linderman be with Wednesday? And we I guess we
Yeah.
don't know that.
I guess we don't.
We don't. Hopefully so. That would just that was just my biggest. That was probably my most anticipated show of 25.
Yeah,
Was Friday
Evan's
at
saying
5 o'clock
Evan's
on.
saying they're working with a tighter budget this year. Sounds like significantly tighter, according to whoever he's talked to. So that's interesting.
So again, to go back, we talked to Corey and Tuba today. We will have that episode as soon as he's done here, he will finish editing it. Editing it. It will either go live tonight or early in the morning.
Yeah, depends on how many of these I drink first.
Fair enough. Yeoman's work. I don't want to give too much away, but we do talk about things like that. We talk about the adjusted size of the footprint. We talk a little bit about the smaller numbers of people. We talk about how that impacted their decision making. But one things I want to stress is because they're doing it the way they're doing it and releasing the lineup on December 2nd, a lot of things are not planned. That was one of my questions is how finished are you? I think that's the way I phrased it, wasn't it, Russ? Something like that. How
Yeah.
how far along are you? And they were like, we're not.
And is that was that in reference to things like scheduling and which stages, which and what and that and this and things to that degree nature or
I'll
just
give you
overall?
a good example. The Thursday night thing with Skrillex. If you remember when we talked in whatever weeks and weeks ago, the Thursday night thing was going to be like a opening night parade, like the Olympics.
Yeah, just kind of a low key thing.
Low key band. They
Low
weren't going
key,
to get
yeah,
a huge
low key
name,
talent
but
wise.
blow
Yeah.
up maybe the event. That's the way I interpreted it. And then all of a sudden, Skrillex becomes an option, And my question was, are you guys basically driving the train or are you going to let him? And they said, we're going to let him and we're going to do whatever we can do to make it, work. Uh,
Yeah.
I think the word tuba used was ideate, which I wanted to question and look up because that's
Yeah, I don't
one
know
of
what
those.
that word means. I don't know what that word means.
It's like,
Well,
what?
I spend a lot of time with Beth Thorpe, so she uses words I don't understand all the time.
I let it go, but I got
Yeah.
his point. It was they were gonna. So that's the best example I can think of. Brian is, they don't know yet. I ask about art installations. Yeah, we want to have them. We think we have some really cool ideas, and we want to blow them up, and it's going to take us to the next level. But we don't know yet. So we're 6 months out because they didn't do it traditionally. A lot of things are undecided. So,
Well, John says, I just lost it. Where is it? This is a quote, never not great lineup. This is a
Awesome.
never not great lineup.
Awesome.
I think that means what I think it means. What I'm trying to say, it's never not great. Just keep saying it over and over again.
Ken Weinstein will be thrilled with that comment. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And
And
by the
so-
way, thanks to Ken for all his help this week, as always.
Another mention here from AJ Rapid or whatever it is. Thank you for joining. It says, I think in the past, headliners were guaranteed to be an arena level touring act, and that is not the case this year. The lineup would look a lot bigger with three bigger headliners, and I agree with that. Like it, and that's all. A lot of festivals have gone away from that because of all the things we've talked about in the past, that there's just more money to be made from those big arena acts. That 10 years ago, it didn't seem like that was as much of a thing. You'd get Pearl Jam, you get the Dead and Company, you'd get Tame Impala or some of those that would be headliners, but they could also fill stadium tours. And that just doesn't seem to be a thing as much now. And if there were, let's just say two, and I don't even have an example, but
Right.
two that we would consider arena filling acts, then it almost has like a trickle down effect of, oh wow, we got that. I don't even know if I care about that, but that's pretty cool. And then wow, look at all the wet leg and all these other things. Friday does seem to be a day that a lot of people think is a really good day.
Interesting.
But I also just
Sunday for me.
from my social media post today, which I don't get a ton of traffic, but a little bit occasionally, I got a fire and all the emojis of just like, oh my God, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And then I got also, what in the hell is this?
Oh yeah.
So that's typical. Lena, what about have you had any friends popping in saying this sucks or this is great? I mean, do you have mixed emotions in your peer group?
Honestly, I don't have a super tight group of Bonnaroo friends. I kind of am the one in my friend group that's super excited about it. And I've just been taking like one person with me the years that I've gone. So I'm hoping to build up a crew eventually. So I haven't talked to that many people about it yet.
So all your friends think you're weird.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Or passionate.
Yeah. Please stop talking about Bonnaroo. Everybody here.
Join the
knows what
weird.
you're talking about.
Join the weird club.
Yeah.
Michael says no jam bands feels really bad, and according to Beth, who has studied this all day, there's, by her estimation, almost two jam bands. I don't know what that means exactly, but
So, less jam bands, more guitar bands per Corey, and that is
Yeah.
per the surveys. People wanted more guitars, so
Well-
we got more guitars. The surveys, we get into that with Corey and Tuba a lot. Actually, it's impressive, and again, I won't give too much away because we want you to listen to the other show, but the surveys that they put out that we all answered had a huge impact, and for good reasons. What did he say, Russ? I wrote it down. The Google one, whatever Google survey matrix they used, kicks you off at 50,000.
Oh yeah, there was like a cap at number of
Yeah.
answers you can accept. And,
That was just one.
They were
So I
about
mean,
to hit it.
yeah,
that
they
was
got
just for one
numbers.
survey.
It wasn't like 500 people responded and said, as I joked, 500 people said, "It sucks. I've never been." That's my favorite answer of all time to a survey. It
Yeah,
sucks. I've never been.
I hate it. I've never
Hate
been.
it. Never going. So the survey was huge. Guitar bands were big. I'm mentioning radio because we're going to talk about that here in a minute with Bonnaroo Radio.
Oh yeah, we haven't discussed that yet because it happened in between uh, shows.
It slipped through between our release schedule. Yeah, we
It,
didn't get
it
a
it
chance to
came
talk
up
about it.
and you came up, so we'll
Yeah.
talk about that here in a little
Oh,
bit.
good.
Yeah. We,
What did I just had one I wanted to read here that I lost.
oh,
I
and I want to say Goober
apologize.
says, "Hey, Daniel, I thank you." Yeah, Goober says, "Hey."
Alexis says
Hey.
everyone hates on Bonnaroo until you finally get them on the farm. That is, there's a lot of truth to that. Teddy Swims is one I'm not familiar with at all. 2K underscore 25 dash C. You need a better handle there, buddy. But I appreciate your thought and I just lost it. But my
Why
bad.
why is no one talking about Weird Al? I was holding on to that one. What did Corey call him? Mr. Al?
Mr. Al.
Mr.
We
Mr.
are
Al.
talking about Mr.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a lot of fun with those
Yeah.
guys, and it's so cool that they would jump on with us. There we
There he
go.
is.
Here's
I
our
am
man.
Bonnaroo is
Oh,
about to join the
looks
chat.
like he's trying to get in. Yeah.
But Weird Al that was the worst kept secret for a while, and he's also has an exhaustive tour next year. The tour he had this year
Oh
sold
my
so
God. Yeah.
well, and I've never seen Weird Al, and I'm looking very forward to that. Again, that's kind of one of those things that's. Oh, and also, hell yeah, Weird Al's going to be there.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm celebrating because Weird Al's on the farm. I don't, that's the only reason I haven't celebrated it more quickly. I love Weird Al Yankovic. I really, really do.
Yeah, and
I
it's
do
one of
too.
those that I don't know that I would, buy a ticket and go down the street, but I'm thrilled to see him type it. I know
Yep.
Russ, you saw him at Shaky Knees. I saw a
I
little
saw him at
bit.
Shaky Knees. This will be my third or fourth time seeing him, and he is playing Chattanooga later next year as well. So
He is
we'll
in
have plenty of
October.
chances
Yeah.
to see him, and I'm pretty sure he'll bring out Puddles as well.
Yeah, Puddle's Pity Party. I know
Yeah.
that he's been on tour with him a lot. Back in the day, in the '90s, as a child, when we would take family vacations, it turned into a joke after a while because we would stop and get at truck stops, travel centers, and get Weird Al Yankovic CDs to listen to as we traveled, usually to Chicago or Cincinnati or some of these Midwestern where some family is. And every time we travel, because we had kids everywhere, all the CDs would get lost, and then my dad would be like, God, I gotta buy them all again, and every time. And so I was like, for Christmas this year, I bought Weird Al tickets. I said, next
Nice.
year, y'all decide. But here's tickets to Weird Al. We'll do it as a family or not at all. But
Yeah.
I'll have plenty of Weird Al in my life in 2026.
Hopefully, you went and saw the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota while you were on your family tours too.
I did not make it to that. I did not make it to I've never been to Minnesota. That was no, take that back. We have been to Minnesota, but I have not seen the big ball of twine. I have heard about it though.
That's
I
a
have
good
heard
song
about it.
too, by the way.
All right, looking at all the other comments. Glad to see, and Russ, I think you pointed out earlier.
Chats.
Well, not just the
Chats.
chats, but all the turns. How many
Oh
turns
yeah,
we got coming?
turnover. We got turnstile, and we got flip turn. We got a trio of turns, so that's exciting.
Flip
I got to
turn.
learn Turnstile. I don't know this
They're good.
band, but people are excited about it.
I listened to it today. As soon as I saw the lineup, I started. They're good. Started, yeah, my early research. Lots of research. Do I give this away, Russ? Because I asked them today about bringing people back that were on this year's lineup. And I hate teasing and not giving a little, so I'll tell you. They have a very good reason for who they brought back and why. The data collection that these guys do is incredible. And that was a big surprise for me. How about you, Russ?
It was, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's a good hint. If you go on the Bonnaroo app and favorite the artists the acts that you want to see, that they can kind of
It
read that,
registers.
and it does register.
Yeah,
Well, that was one of my questions today. Was just to myself was how many were were holdovers from 25, and at a quick glance, it didn't seem like a whole lot. So I didn't have a thought either way. Don't have an opinion whether one way or the other is better. But I didn't see. I mean, I see Modest Mouse. You know, that's one for sure. That
yeah. Flip
is
turn,
brought back.
obviously our
Flip
guys. So,
turn.
that's the one that brought up the question, and it's I don't know that it was. I mean, as we've said, it's about timing, touring, product, where they're going to be, all those kinds of things. But they had a different answer that I didn't expect, and it had to do with that app.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a lot of data. So compare and contrast. They have a lot of data, but because they released the lineup today and haven't sold any tickets until December 3rd, they don't know whether they've hit a home run or not. So it's a little bit of a, good news, bad
Stab in
news.
the dark right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monkey Knife Fight Band says Turnstile is like Jane's Addiction goes hardcore with some dreamy noises. That is an interesting way to
That
put it,
isn't
and
okay.
sounds good to me. I like dreamy noises, and I like Jane's Addiction, so we're on to
Absolutely.
something here.
Absolutely.
We
All
gotta
right,
shout
Lena,
out
are we
Tim-
getting you
Tim
more
Myers.
hyped or less hyped?
Well, wait,
No, I'm
wait.
excited. It's nice to hear what everyone else is thinking and what artists they're excited to hear about. I've heard good things about Turnstile too, but I haven't checked them out yet.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Russ.
I tried to give you a shout out, but I got talked over. So there you go.
It's what I'm good
I
at.
do.
Who are you trying to shout out?
Tim Myers.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, I already talked over it.
Never mind.
Sorry. That's my
Sorry, we
skill
tried.
set.
I had a buddy of mine at the day job. We were chatting this up a little bit today, and he was telling me about and I just lost it from the chat. What is it? The Lamborghini girls.
Oh yeah, I
The
saw that too.
Lambert. I don't know. It told me that's a one I need to check out. So
I got one about Buffalo Traffic Jam, and I went and listened. I liked it a lot. I think you'll like it, Brian.
all right, Buffalo
Yeah.
Traffic Jam.
I know it's Buffalo Jam, but I think it's Traffic Jam. Yeah. I liked it a lot. It's good.
Anna
Here's a
says,
recommendation for you. It says get hype for turnover. Think you'll like them based off the names you've said.
Oh, another.
"There you go, Lana.
There you go.
Turnover, flip turn,
I've heard of
turnover,
them
turnstile."
too.
All right, nice. Um,
Boy, this
What do you
chat
guys
moves
think
fast. Sorry,
about
guys.
the
I'm trying to keep up.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What about the shorter days? What do you guys think about that?
No, I'll never get over it. I'll never get over them taking my Thursday away.
Again, it's the old people don't riot because they don't have. They riot when you take things
When you take it away, I love Thursday. It's an anecdotal thing. It doesn't really matter to many other people, but it's even when it wasn't what it is now to me and more like us, it was still just a great day to ease into things. People weren't all there yet. I don't know. There was something. It started around 14 or 15 when it really started to pick up. And really, my earliest memory of a huge Thursday night was Alabama Shakes,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
2013 maybe.
Were they before Courtney Barnett?
I think Courtney Barnett was maybe the year after because both those. Courtney Barnett was the
Yeah.
next one
Yeah.
that I was like, okay, Thursday's rocking. Like I'm enjoying Thursday
Yeah.
because I'm finding new bands. That was the whole point. And Bonnaroo itself, the festival proper is Friday to Sunday, and I have harder time finding time for discovery because there's so much stuff I already know, and that I tend to gravitate towards too. On Thursday, I didn't have any other option. Like you didn't have U2 playing in an hour.
Right.
You only had Courtney Barnett, so you had to check it out.
Right,
So
right.
someone tells me, Brad Steiner, our buddy Brad, hey, you got to go see Courtney Barnett. That's going to go in one ear out the other for me,
Right.
except for if there's no other option. And then I go and then I walk away and I'm a 10-year Courtney Barnett super fan. So
Yeah, 100%.
somebody drive to New York and help David Bruce sign into YouTube.
He's trying so hard. Oh, what was I gonna say? They'd lost my train talking about the Tuesday, Wednesday.
Well, you think about it, Dakota says she agrees. Sad assuming Dakota's a she. Sorry. Sad about less days for sure. Glad we're at least getting something Thursday though, and I do agree that Skrillex, as we talked about in an episode just a week or two ago, perfect. I
I
think
think so.
perfect Thursday
I think
night.
they over delivered there because Corey said he was trying to prepare us for having a less of a day Thursday.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it tried
That
to
was
make it
before
not good,
Skrillex, yeah.
and it turned out good anyway.
Yeah.
I don't mean tried to make it not good, but you know what I'm saying. Well,
Yeah,
maybe not.
so we'll see how it'd be curious to see if they add things to that because it, is blowing up. But the Tuesday thing, so what did he say about that? It will be fewer people. Didn't give a number. I think we can guess 45 to 50,000.
Yeah.
Be my guess.
Overall capacity you're talking
Attendance,
about.
yeah. But
Yeah.
not necessarily a shrunken footprint.
As
Just
far as
maybe smarter. They know where the low lying areas are, and maybe they won't put people there.
Right.
But also, they're not going to send people out to Plaza 11.
I think people will appreciate that.
I think they would.
Maybe a little more leg room. Lena, when you were there last year, where were you? Where was your camp at? Was it a long ways out?
It was a pretty long ways out. I have a pretty terrible memory, but when you said Plaza 11, I think that's where I was.
Oh
Oh
wow.
wow.
I was lucky though. I didn't have a bad situation. My friend and I were able to get out pretty easily. We had a few issues with our like tent because of the weather, but nothing too crazy.
Well, you stole my follow up. I was going to say how was it getting out of there, but not too
Not
bad,
too
huh?
I mean, people were getting stuck in the mud a little bit. I was lucky enough that we did not. I saw a lot of people in a lot worse shape than we were, so I'm just thankful that we were able to get out. And then we ended up going to the Remy Wolf Super Jam in Nashville, so that was really fun.
So a big issue last year was communication. That has been addressed. We talked about that today with those guys, and one of the solutions is to bring back Bonnaroo Radio, and I'm saying that right. There he is.
There he is. Hey,
Hey, David Bruce.
Hey, what's happening?
How are you?
how's
I
it
am
going?
Bonnaroo to you guys who are familiar. This is one of our favorite people.
Put a pin in that Radio Bonnaroo will come
Yeah,
back.
let's come back to it. Let's catch up with David. So you and I've been talking all day. You're hyped about this lineup. What do you love
Very
about it?
much. I'll be honest with you. Number one, I was at work like a lot of other people when I got the notification that they just dropped the lineup, and I was pretty blown away. To be honest with you, I got as far as Friday, and I had to, reread Friday like three times. Normally, when they drop the lineup, it's like, okay, the lineup's here, and then I quickly scan like every day, and I try to digest exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm looking for my key highlights. Honestly, I got through Friday, had to reread it three times because Friday is banging. And I know that this is all subjective, but normally I'm kind of with you guys. I'm looking for, a U2 or a Paul McCartney or somebody like that. And then I'm just trying to sort of find some familiar names that I'm hyped about, but there's a lot on Friday. Um, and the
Is that
Bonnie
let me
God,
let me interrupt? Is that based on bands you haven't seen and want to see, or bands that you've seen and maybe photographed and they do a great show?
both.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah. So for instance, Turnstile has been at the top of my list for a long time. Well, I say a long time, but not really that long because they're not, really that old of a band. They are a band that I would get in a car and I would travel and go see.
There you go.
They are going to light that place up. I'm just saying. Uh, Geese. I don't know who at Bonnaroo has the foresight for this stuff, but I don't think there is any bigger, newer band right now on the planet than Geese. They're absolutely huge. I'm actually personally still trying to get like a real taste for the music, but other than that, they're huge. They're a huge name on this lineup for me, probably for a lot of people, and they're just a small name on the list on Friday. It blows my mind. Literally
Yeah,
broke.
our Brad Steiner was just at a geese show in New York within the last couple of weeks, and I did not expect him to be glowing over the band Geese. I figured he'd find a reason to make fun of their name or something.
Yeah.
He
And
didn't. Yeah, he didn't discover them. So for
yeah,
him to talk good
I
about
know,
them,
I know. Or he didn't make up a story.
yeah, he didn't lie. He didn't
Uh,
have to lie about it. So must be
but
good.
Yeah.
he's given them a lot of glowing reviews, and then now I am Bonnaroo. David is as well. I got to find out what all the fuss is. The recent online viralness was Billy Corgan saying Goose and Geese should just have a fight and see who wins.
Well, I know from me personally who would win that fight, but it's all a matter of preference, you know. But it's funny you say that because for a while I thought they were the same band
Oh
because
yeah, yeah.
I'm not really that familiar with the band with
I
either
think
one of the bands.
I think
Um,
there's even a German version of Goose because I think I tried to get them on the show years ago and finally got some. I don't think you were talking to the people you think you're talking to kind of
yeah,
email. But anyway,
yeah, I hear you. I
So
know that.
Geraldine says Geese was at Bonnaroo in 24. I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Michael says that both of Geese's sets in 24 were amazing.
Yeah,
So I guess I had two sets.
yeah,
And so, I mean, I know they've been on the scent. The only reason I know the band Geese is because
yeah,
I know the band Goose. And then it was like, why is there a band called Geese?
yeah.
That's
Right,
as far as my knowledge goes.
right. They're probably saying that about each other too. I mean, Geese is probably why are they Goose and vice versa. But
yeah.
I guess it depends on if you like, cakes more than pies, but they're going to be huge. I don't know what stage they're slated to play at, even if that's been determined yet. But they're literally going to be at a level where they could do something like, at Bonnaroo, like Chappell Roan did. I mean, they might get so big, not as big as Chappell. Don't get me wrong. But they might get so big that if they were thinking originally that they were going to put them on a small tent stage, they might have to rethink that. Because I know some people that just went to Brooklyn to see him. I know one of the guys who is a staff photographer for Rolling Stone who was at one of those New York City shows, and everybody is just like, "Wow," like "Holy shit, wow." And for me, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, but I'm just saying that for a new and upcoming band to be on the farm in June and be slated where they are in the lineup, where they are at this point is kind of mind blowing.
Why are you shaking your head, Lena?
Oh, sorry, no reason.
Oh,
Well,
you're not to his answer.
No.
That looked like a real commentary there. Like,
Um,
and to bounce off that just a little bit, David, is that as far as like what could happen between now and June, as far as like a band like Geese, as you mentioned Chapel and what happened that year.
yeah,
Another thing this year that one of my first thoughts from going, just line by line on a piece of paper was that now this year more than ever for me, I feel like it's going to come down to scheduling, not because I'm worried about conflicts, right? Normally we're
yeah,
talking about scheduling because, I hope they don't overlap with stuff I want to see. This is a different version of that. This
yeah,
is if Flip Turn is on this tent, at a certain time that doesn't work as well, and there's a variety of things that I could be doing, then I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. But if Flip Turns on the what, boom, I got a plan for the day. So
yeah,
there's going to be I'm going to have a whole new perspective on this lineup when I see how it shakes out, and it's not for the normal reason, which is worried about conflicts. It's more about where they are, how it'll sound, and how it stacks up for each day, which I guess is a similar version to that, but
yeah,
I'm months away from that.
do you
yeah.
want to address that, Russ, and talk about the new stage movement and how that might
Uh,
impact what he's talking about?
yeah, sorry, I was just Beth is in chat. I was saying happy birthday to Beth.
Oh, happy
So,
birthday, Beth.
yeah,
Hello,
she's
Beth.
watching from the ferry.
Nice.
Sorry, what
What-
were you saying?
Brian was talking about conflicts and getting from one stage to the other, and I was trying to lead you into our conversation with Corey and Tuba today about the stage that they are moving and how it might impact some of those conflicts.
That tent is moving over in the field across from the what stage? and they said there won't be any sound bleed because they're going to be A/B, basically. One act ends and then another begins. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't need somebody to tell me that. There's no way those two could go at the same time if it's out in that field. The I need to calm down from this move. Like that, when I saw that, I need to calm down. I still need to, and I don't want to be like angry radio guy like Barry. Sometimes I put those the extra lean into.
Brian's still mad about the whole daylight savings time thing.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus,
he's done 15 years,
so
15
early.
years worth.
So early. No, but for you, this is all I'll say about it now. We'll unpack it more later down the road. But for years, we talk about there's problems with which and this. There's this tent and which stage. There's bleed between the two. Which has had its own problems, more like 15 years ago. They've corrected this with enhancements to that stage. I love the Witch. I'm not hating on it, but it's had a history of issues. Those two in concert have had issues over the years. You know what? I know no conflicts ever as far as sound and issues and logistics. Is that and what? That and what seem to be like perfect.
So how much do we give away here, Russ? This is a good one because I was surprised at the answer.
Yeah,
the answer
there's
is
a lot of
not what I
logistics.
expected.
Yeah.
That's a bad tease, but I'm going to leave it there.
Well,
Like you said, if it doesn't work, they'll
there it
move
is.
back.
I was also going to say that. Tuba flat
isn't
out said if it sucks and everybody hates it, we'll move it back. But there is a good reason beyond.
There better be a better reason than that.
There's three or four. There's
Yeah,
three or
there's
four.
There's a handful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'll say one thing that he did say that, and because everybody could guess, the other stage is not getting any quieter.
Yeah.
That was one answer.
Okay.
But there's others.
And now, okay, so maybe there is other and that issues. Like there very well could be that I'm not aware of. I ain't never been to the other stage other than walk by and say, there it is.
Well, and also think about the new configuration. There's logistic reasons. There's some good reasons.
Also, and David, you can chime in on this possibly because you're the photo guy, and Barry, you've got the history of the photo too. I'm not a photo guy, but I like a good picture and I love a good aerial. Look at the beautiful field and it's so pretty. Oh, and there's a big circus tent now over there blocking up a beautiful picture.
You are a whole lot closer than you think to the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a fan when they moved the VIP stadium seating where they moved that.
The hill?
Last. That was.
Are you saying they moved the hill?
No, the other. He's talking about the other, I think.
Yeah, you know the bleachers that used to be off to one side.
Yeah. Where we used to get into camping.
They stuck that thing like right in the middle of the field. That was just a bad move.
Well, I mean, and somebody somewhere was saying with that being and Evan Bonnaroo, it could have been you. I'm sorry if I'm not attributing it right, but
Evan's in the chat, by the way.
The late night shows for that are going to work out better out in that field once what is closed. Get it. Got it. Absolutely. But I just, oh my God, I'm a what stage guy. That field needs everything. Laying out there, not even seeing music, I enjoy it. And like, God, get this stupid tent out of here.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and I'm sorry to be a tease, but it's what we do. There is a good reason, and like Russ pointed out, that Tuba told us if it sucks and people hate it, we'll move it back. David, again, any other Friday is it for you? Did you ever get to Saturday and Sunday? And
yeah, well, so if I could go back to Friday because I kind of went on about race a little bit.
David, you need to move on. You need to let Friday go. No, I'm kidding.
No, but interestingly enough, I think you mentioned Geraldine from Ireland. We were messaging back and forth today, and we're pretty much on the same. Yeah, we're pretty much on the same page with Friday. I went to the CBGB's Fest in Brooklyn, and in September, and actually I hooked up with Evan Bonnaroo there, by the way. But the Lambrini girls were there. The Lambrini girls lit that place up. and I'm extremely excited and shocked to see, a band like that on the farm. Wet Leg on Friday, they put out one of my
That's mine.
favorite. Yeah, they put out one of my favorite albums in that genre this year easily. Um,
Wet Leg
that's going to
was
be
one
great.
of the most unusual new acts for me, what, 2, 3 years ago? And I don't want to say get weirder, but they get more interesting every single time I see a new video. That's
Yeah,
one I can't wait to see.
going to be
Yeah, and I
great.
missed them at Shaky Knees because
Yep.
There was a conflict. I can't remember who exactly.
Well, the
Yeah.
conflict for me was it was way up the hill and I didn't want to make the walk.
Nah, that's a pretty big conflict.
Good
No, I
enough
think
reason for me, I guess.
it might have
you know?
been Devo or it was somebody like that I wanted to see.
Oh, I think it was Devo actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
Devo
was
Oh,
gonna
was
well,
say-
that's the
against
whole
it.
reason you were there,
That was
almost.
the whole reason I was there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So anyway, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, a couple mentions. Adam Rue puts in Blues Traveler on Friday. Blues Traveler's played Bonnaroo at least once, maybe more than once, and I'm a big fan from back in the day. It's another one of those that like that should be a throwaway for me. Like I wish that was just oh cool, Blues Traveler's here too. Instead, that's
Yeah.
like, well, now I got to go see him. I don't know what the hell else I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
But again, Discovery for months is going to change this, as it has many times in the past. I mean, I didn't know who Chapel Roan was in February of 24, and I'm
Yeah.
still a super fan. So
Yeah,
you know,
same
never,
same
Yeah.
page, same page.
you never know
Yeah.
what you're going to find. So I know that'll happen. It absolutely will.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Bonnaroo Radio. I think we're all pro, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
There it comes. I'm waiting.
I have a lot of questions about how that's going to come together, but there are questions that aren't going to be that interesting to others. But it's a great move. It's a we're listening to you move. As many of these as these changes and adjustments have been, and
Yep.
and we'll see how it unfolds as far as programming goes. But that the fact that it's there is
I was excited, Russ, and again, I'm not going to do a double tease. But Russ, I was excited. Right, they've got a plan for Wednesday, Thursday, with some programming around the clock from Manchester, and then Saturday, Sunday, right? No, Friday, Saturday will be from the event, more or less. And then Sunday, Monday will be some programming, whether it's all live or some interviews are pre-recorded.
Yeah,
To
again,
be
I don't
determined.
think they have it all mapped out yet. That's still in the early stages, but I think everything's on the table as far as programming and what they've got planned. And we did volunteer you, Brian, to head up because they did mention guest DJs and whatnot. So
I'll run the damn thing. I don't care. I just got done saying I don't even like the lineup. I'll go run the damn. I'll go run the whole radio station.
I told them 2 hours free programming from you, but
Yeah.
you can negotiate your own deal. But
All day, all day. Here's the only thing I'm worried about though, and it's just the way that radio has gone, is that it'll be a lot of automation. And but
that's what I was worried about. It didn't sound like it.
yeah,
I promise you it
wouldn't-
will.
I wouldn't be too worried. It sounds like they've got some ideas for how to keep it.
Yeah, Ben
Well-
Smith, right? Was that the name?
Ben Smith. Yeah,
Well, what I
it's the
will
worst
say
that
is
we
that the Radio Bonnaroo as we know it ended in 2019, and really it was reckless how live it was, and it was reckless how many just random yahoos like me were able to bust down the door and then just take ownership of the place. And I mean, they did a great job. Lightning 100 had a lot of their management of that. And I forget Justin's last name. I apologize. But Justin,
Belchick.
yeah, not that one. Sorry, not that Justin.
Oh,
There was a
different
different one.
Justin.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, yeah, there was a different one. Anyway, he was kind of in charge, and then he gave me a lot of free reign, and a lot of people had free reign, and FCC regulated airwaves. I mean, that doesn't mean a lot to anybody anymore. It still does to the law, and
Yeah.
and there are you let just anybody go in there. There's no telling how many laws that were, and it's very easy to break an it's archaic, it's ridiculous, but it's still never been updated within the federal law, And so that's a big, big, big liability.
Yeah.
And so they won't go back to that, or they'll be fools. And that was one of those where everything at Bonnaroo was getting bigger and bigger, Wednesday and Tuesday, and bigger and parties. And the
Right.
radio Bonnaroo, we're having a party everywhere. And it was like, hold on, we need to get a hold of this one.
Well, two things that I took from it were they appreciated that we appreciated the vibe. We loved, like I said, going over that mountain, tuning in radio or Bonnaroo radio, and I'm transported. That is part of their goal, but also communication. If there are emergencies, if there are situations like last year, we know where to tune in so that you're not getting an announcement an hour or the next day or whatever. That was
Well,
a big
outside
that
of a tower being just taken out by something that's not going to happen, an FM signal is indestructible. And so I believe that Live Nation went down the road of, well, hey, no one really cares about radio anymore. We're all on our phones, we're all on Twitter, we're all on Instagram, until we're not. Right.
Yeah.
Until we're in a once in 100 years weather event, and this is where those like the I told you so's from people like us, 5 years ago comes back, and we feel like we should win a medal or something. But it's really exciting stuff, and also speaking of. When I started the show saying, I get things wrong, and sometimes people think I'm probably just talking. Well, I got that one way wrong, right? I was emphatic. I was like screaming, "That's not coming back!" And stop asking.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
No, I gave you full credit.
For
they
getting it
didn't-
wrong?
No, for bringing it back.
Good.
All right, I'm trying to look through my notes. What else?
We got tickets to give away. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
big thing.
Goodness, which is part of why Lena's here.
Yeah, start trying again. Like,
Yeah.
here's a contest. You win something. You're stuck in the mud for days.
I will put you on the spot. The reason that we chose you last year is because you were very creative and very tenacious, if I remember right. I think did you not submit an application about every way we did you do a fax?
I did try lots of different methods. I was consistent for sure. I think I skipped a few weeks, but it was a fun process for me, and I don't want to be too annoying by submitting again this year, but I would definitely be happy to participate again.
Nothing annoying at all. And this is not, speaking of FCC, there's very tight regulations on giving on ticket giveaways and things, and we don't have any of those. So this isn't one time only or once every hour. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know when this will end.
Great. Well, that's great to know. I appreciate you all being so generous, and I still had a great time last year, even though it was only a day. I'm still glad that I got to be out on the farm, and hopefully I'll be back there this year.
So you did get a full Thursday in though last year?
I did, yeah. And one of the bands I really wanted to see was Wildorado, and I did get to see them, so that was exciting. And then, like I had mentioned, we did make our way down to Nashville and see Remy Wolf Super Jam, which was fantastic. So
yeah, somebody already in the chat has already said they were very jealous of you being able to do that. Susie Q and a couple others have also asked about Layaway. Did you guys talk about that by chance with Tuba or Corey today?
No, we did talk about ticket prices a little because Brad had hinted that he didn't know whether they'd go up or down or didn't think so. And I know this week Corey said they would be the same as last year. And if you bought tickets last year, you have today, December 3rd. And do I understand him right that until Friday,
December 3rd?
Yeah, well, when this comes out. Okay.
December
Whenever
3rd.
this comes out, let's just.
No, we're live right now.
Okay, December 3rd. Continue.
Great point. Forgetting, I was thinking we were still recording. The December 2025 ticket price goes on sale December 23rd. I think at 10 Central.
The 3rd.
December 3rd.
Not the
Thank
23rd.
you. You want to talk? You want to do this for
tomorrow
me?
through Friday, I think is what he said. The pre-sale is happening.
Yeah, at the same price as last year.
Yeah, and I don't. What is the question about layaway? I don't know what is.
Will they have it?
Is there one?
I don't know why they
Probably.
wouldn't, right?
Yeah, they
I mean,
usually
they
do.
always do.
Just
layovers.
a question in the chat, man. I don't know.
I know.
Yeah,
No.
sorry. Yeah, they usually do. And beyond that, what other specials didn't get into it? A lot of that they're still trying to figure out. I know we talked about that. What else? I'm trying to remember. A lot of this is yet to be determined. I don't know how else to say it because I think I even asked Corey what something might look like, and he said, "I don't know."
Yeah,
So
they're pretty upfront that they're kind of winging it as far as everything they're trying this year. So it may work out, it may not.
that sounds worse than I intended it. They're doing it based on what people have been telling them that they want.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't mean winging it like they don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, I know. I said the
They're
same
they're
thing.
informed and they're trying to make changes based on what they're reading and
Yeah.
what people are telling them.
All the changes to the farm that we've seen, you know, water, roads, grass, all that they're excited about.
I tell you what I did like was Tuba's hat. He's got that Dale Green merch.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, the last thing I got here for as far as the lineup goes here is just my quick rundown earlier is I did two highlights. I did yellow as in today, what I think, what I would see if you said Bonnaroo starts today, go. And it's Mountjoy, Wet Leg, Blues Traveler, Wolf Mother, Neighborhood, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, Flip Turn, Tedeschi Trucks, and Modest Mouse. That's it. That for the whole weekend. That's all. Then I have an orange highlight of what I likely will get into: Strokes, Turnstile, Geese, Tash Sultana. Am I saying that right?
Sultana, yeah.
Sultana. I've been
great.
told I will like that. Congress, the band, just seems like that should be a good band. Congress, the band. Waiting
yep.
for Senate, the band, to come after that. And then Noah Khan himself. Like, I don't know Noah's music well enough, and I that's a failure on my part. So that's kind of where I'm at, which leaves so much room for discovery and filling in the gaps, which is an exciting part of this. Very,
Yeah,
very
that's what
exciting.
Beth just said. The more you don't recognize, the more you get to discover. It's a good
There
point.
you go. See, she's
I
a
like
smart
that
woman.
exercise. Who wants to go next and do the same thing? Who's prepared? David, you, Lena. Who's got their yellow highlights and then their next level?
Ooh, I can off the top of my head what I remember go off. When you mentioned Tash Sultana, that I completely forgot that they were on the lineup. I saw them in 2022 for a little bit and they were fantastic. So I'm excited to see them fully this year. I mentioned Audrey Hobart earlier, but she's really low down in the undercard, which was surprising to me because she's been gaining a lot of traction. Mount Joy, Flip Turn, Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I've never managed to see them yet, but I've really wanted to. And then as for like the orange ones, I think Geese is a big one for me as well because I've heard wonderful things and haven't really dove into their new album yet. And then also Turnstile. And I'm excited to look into the other undercards that I haven't heard of yet as well.
What about you, David? I mean, we know Friday.
We know Friday.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over that Friday.
He hadn't even looked at Saturday or Sunday yet.
But so I don't have this schedule right in front of me. I apologize. I'm unprepared.
That's
But
all right.
one artist I was happy and surprised to see is Boys Noise. Have you guys heard of him at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm not an EDM person specifically. Boys Noise is somebody who's been collaborating a lot with Nine Inch Nails. When I saw
Oh,
Nine
that's
Inch,
right. I have
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah.
when I saw Nine Inch Nails at the beginning of the year, it's literally one of the best shows that I've seen in I don't know how long. And I'm not even necessarily a Nine Inch Nails fan, but Boys Noise opened that show and actually continued into their set and became a part of the Nine Inch Nails show. So he is an electronic artist, but it's more
That's right.
it's more industrial. It's very artsy, industrial, electronic. And I know that he's collaborating with Trent Reznor and Atticus as a Coachella headliner this year. So it's going to be interesting to see, what he brings to Bonnaroo. But I was only because I just stumbled across him in Boston at the beginning of the year, and I kind of got to experience what he's all about. I'm excited to see him on the farm. You know,
All
so.
right. Russ,
Yeah,
you
Any,
want to
boy,
go
any,
next? Do you want me to?
Nine Inch Nails would be a sight for sore eyes on this list. I
Yeah,
would love
yeah.
to see
oh,
them there.
Yeah, I was kind of
so
holding out
so
hope.
very good. Yeah,
What are the
so
chances
very
of
good.
a Trent Reznor surprise appearance?
Well, that would be amazing. I mean, that would be amazing. But I know he's part of that Nine Inch Nails show right
It
now,
ain't really
and
Trent style. I mean, he's an
yeah,
interesting guy. Like, I mean, it would have to work out. I mean, I'm making stuff up. It's not like
yeah,
I know the guy, but I don't know.
So
yeah.
MJ Fadeaway 82 asked, "Do you know why there is no primitive RV option this year?" I don't, and I don't know that. I mean, I don't know if that's a fact or not. We didn't get into that level of detail yet today with
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
So
it didn't come up. Um,
um, nothing like that. There were no conversations about things going away as far as camping options. So we'll
I
try
like
to
this
find out.
suggestion of it's just kind of random from Don Trell. I'm going to do this because I love KEXP out of Seattle. Check out the KEXP Geese show from 2 years ago,
One
and
hundred percent.
KEXP, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I tend to lend a lot of credibility to anything on KEXP, so I will give that a look.
All right,
yeah.
Russ, what's your yellow and your orange?
Oh gosh, Weird Al, of course, which I was that was like the first thing when the lineup came out. I was like, "Where's Weird Al? Where's Weird Al?" I'm looking line by line, and I don't see it. And then
Oh, it's up at
several
the
people
top.
to point out it's in the corner. Okay, all right, yeah, there it is. So that for sure. Um, Blues Traveler. I mean, I think that's one that nobody really called as far as like predictions or wish list, but glad to see them on there. The chats. I think I've I've watched a bunch of their videos on YouTube. I think they're a lot of fun. They're from Australia. Who else? Oh, I don't even know. Rainbow Kitten Surprise. This will be another attempt to see them, for sure. Flip Turn. Again, Trombone Shorty. Trombone Shorty.
Bringing a little
played
New
Rubber
Orleans
Band
back.
a couple
Yep.
years ago. Yeah, that's part of the New Orleans
Yep.
connection for sure.
First time I
So
saw
good.
trombone was at Bonnaroo 2008 with Jeff Styles, as a matter of fact, Barry.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah. For
Yeah.
people who don't know, Bonnaroo is a Cajun word for what a really good time, depending on how you.
Or
So it's
best in the
always
streets, or the
yeah.
best in town,
Yeah,
something like that.
it's
always
less
had a New Orleans
emphasized
vibe.
now, but there's always a New Orleans connection.
Yeah, well, there
traditionally
was.
has been. So that's a good pull.
Yep.
David, you've been telling us about Jessie Murph for a
Yeah.
while, and she's on here, and she was supposed to play last year, so I'm glad to see her back. And I think you have talked with her mom. Is that right?
Yeah, strangely enough, I got to know her mom a little bit. I mean, obviously, I don't know her personally,
Well,
but
Taco knows Flip Turn's grandmother.
Still waiting on that call.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Yeah.
I can tell you this. Right after Bonnaroo was canceled in June, or should I say the remaining of the weekend was canceled, probably about a week afterwards, I got a message from Jessie Murph's mom who said that there was a good chance that she was going to have the opportunity to be scheduled for 2026, which, I thought was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I saw Jessie at the farm originally, had no idea who she was. She's a pop star. She's extremely talented. I had the opportunity to take some photos of her behind the scenes, and that's kind of how I ran into her mom. I asked her mom if she was her manager, and she said, "No, I'm her mom." So
Could be both.
I ended up sending her some of the photos I took directly, but I digress. But she is somebody, whether or not you like that flavor of music or not, she's another person who has absolutely exploded since the last time she played Bonnaroo. I mean, she's huge. She's got a huge following right now. So,
Cool.
That's somebody.
Cool,
we should
cool,
interview.
cool.
Maybe you can get us.
He's
Jessie
been
Murph,
trying.
or maybe
Yeah.
her mom.
Yeah, we talked to her mom.
actually, that would
Why not?
actually be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be very cool.
Oh, that's right. Beth just put in the Jeff Tweedy Mavis Staples show she's going to tonight is a KXP benefit Christmas special concert tonight in Seattle.
Nice.
So.
Cool.
KXP
Yeah,
getting all kinds of love here.
You know-
KXP on the radio in Seattle.
Wow.
I was just gonna mirror what you were saying. I've done the deep dive on acts I've never really knew a lot about on YouTube late night. KEXP, fantastic. I mean, I've learned so much about a lot of bands. The first time I heard about the Lambrini Girls, as a matter of fact, was on KEXP. And again, I saw them in Brooklyn, and they just lit the place up. They're just a great live band.
Well, Beth is
KEXP.
jumping off the ferry on her way to Seattle. Thank you for joining the chat,
Yeah.
Beth. We
All right,
appreciate
have
it.
a good
Happy
time.
birthday.
Enjoy it.
Happy birthday, sweetie.
Somebody just said, when is the giveaway closing? We don't know.
We don't know
We
exactly.
just opened it.
We just
started
opened it.
yeah.
We're not gonna. I don't want to carry it on too long, but it'll definitely be the other side of the year, the new
We'll have
year.
Plenty of time. Yeah.
Yeah. Plenty of
we'll
time.
give you plenty of time to get ready, but also plenty of time for us to enjoy.
Speaking of which, one thought on that. This is kind of like having the meeting of the show on the show, but I'm going to need this more than ever. In many years, this has helped me very much. The last two, at least, that I've been involved, like on a weekly basis, is the suggestions that you guys, listeners, guys and gals, have sent us. We'll do an episode where we do a call for that, and you guys always deliver on that. And I mean, Chapel Roan, I wish I could
Lenderman.
thank the person.
Yeah,
Lenderman
Lenderman.
too, like so many.
Lenderman, yeah.
So we'll do a call for action on that too at some point soon. That it was such a valuable resource for me because I'm a stubborn old middle-aged guy. Like I'm going to listen to a bunch of new music today, and then I put in Smashing Pumpkins. Like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to listen to something new.
Yeah,
Okay, now I'm listening to Alice in Chains. Wait,
I'm the same
Right.
way.
we get it. We all slip into. All right, I'll go through mine. I'm excited about Thursday night, and I think Skrillex is a great way to kick this thing off. And I'm not a huge fan. Don't dislike, but it's not something that I would go buy tickets for. But it just feels like the way this event, this festival this year is starting, that's going to be a fun time.
I think the what's going to be incredible looking if it
just
didn't have a
feels
dumb
like-
circus tent standing behind us. But sorry.
We're going to be so glad to be back on the farm and, feeling it with everybody. And then that's a wild, lively, energetic show. So I think that's going to be a good way to kick it off. Turnstile, Wet Leg is my one no miss. That's
Yeah, I'm
number
with you
one
on
on
that.
my no miss.
I think a lot of people agree with that.
Yeah. Geese is going to be up there.
Well, how could it not be after this show?
I know, right? Alabama Shakes, be interested to see what they're like. I know they've, kind of back together, but seen them several times on the farm where it was just Brittany and with the band. So Rainbow Kitten Surprise, Amel and Sniffers
Yes.
is one of those that
On
people have
Friday.
yeah.
Killer band.
Who's the other? I know there's another one on there. Noah Khan, just because he was such a great interview on our show a couple of years ago. One of my all-time favorite interviews, actually. Tedeschi Trucks, I think Susan and Derek are two of the nicest people ever, and he is one of the best guitar players in the universe. So don't miss that. Japanese Breakfast, only because they were so terrible.
It seems like they're a Bonnaroo every year.
I know.
It seems like I see Japanese breakfast on the list every
And
year.
I
know
want to
that's not
give them
true.
the best because that show was awful. I mean, it was
It wasn't their
non-existent.
fault.
Yeah, exactly. It was non-existent. And then
Yeah, I
Trombone
agree.
Shorty, as you mentioned. So, but those are my yellows. Oranges, go back through. I'm trying to remember. I think I said Buffalo Traffic Jam. A buddy, a guy that I used to work with, mentioned today, and I said, okay. So I went right to YouTube, and I like it a lot. And Brian, I think you'll like it. So, to your point about asking people for their recommendations, 100%.
Yeah, it really helps.
So
because I can read an article and I can find a trend and I can do all those things, and then
Yeah.
I just my mind wanders off. But when we get through this show, very specific, it's kind of seared in my brain a little bit better. So
don't know
really
if I
appreciate
mentioned
that.
Flip Turn, but definitely want to see. I definitely want to interview those guys again too, because
Yeah,
that was also
we
one of my
planned to
favorite.
interview them last year or this
Yep.
year, I guess, and it didn't happen. But so yeah, for
Still,
sure.
still
We want
trying to
see
get
them.
Russ with Grandma. So
Still
yeah,
trying.
if you don't, if you know, you know. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. What else? Lena, thank you. David, thank you.
Hmm.
We kind of reached out, and this was a surprise. We kind of knew this was coming, but we weren't sure. So, thank you guys for being adaptive.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
yeah, appreciate you jumping on, and David, always good to see you, and look forward to seeing you on the farm again. And yeah, I didn't even know what time it came out today. I was a little surprised that Bonnaroo as an entity didn't, generate
Yeah,
some artificial hype and say
it just
it's just
bing,
like we'll give it to you when we get it to you.
We
bing.
didn't even get a heads up. Yeah, if that tells you
No,
Yeah.
anything. So
there it
Yeah,
is.
so it's there for all of us now, and now we have the new
yeah.
get ready season, which is an extra full month. So,
Hmm.
which I didn't need, but that's fine. I'll take it.
Yeah, so we will definitely have to rethink how we're going to do things going forward, and we'll probably do this again because everything feels a little bit new. So, all right, I don't know what else to
Yeah.
say.
Think we're
Thanks,
It's gonna
good.
be
guys.
great.
Subscribe, and we got a new episode coming out with Corey and Tuba very soon.
Oh, I do the contest.
And the contest.
Go to how can they enter, Russ?
I'll put it in the chat. The what.co/win has all the details where you can enter. We're doing voicemails again. We're doing emails. You can do send us a video. I think Lena sent us some last year. So it's kind of a multimedia thing. Any way you want to enter, and just kind of tell us really why we should give them to you,
Or whatever you want, just
or
have
whatever
fun
you
with
want
it.
to tell us.
Have
Yeah.
fun with it.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks everybody. Have a great
Yeah.
night.
Thanks,
Thanks.
guys. Bye.
See ya.